So apologies about the steam and that I've not properly cleaned. We cleaned this about 2 days ago though. This is what the bathroom looks like now. So there's a shower above the bath, which I've just used, and it leaks everywhere, hence the 2 bath mats. And then you can see it just runs all over the windows, and then it's just right in here. There's mould growing here, which isn't from us. If you look closely, there's mould behind the silicone, so I think they've just re-siliconed along here, and you get that like red mould. So you can see it's going red. We only cleaned this a couple of days ago. So that's annoying. We have got this little shelf unit here which we chuck our stuff on. And then the toilet is there, which is a new toilet because the toilet was broken when we moved in. And the sink is broken. And then there is a mirror with a light here. And then the door is brown. And then we have this radiator here. And then this is lino, but there's mould underneath the floor. So it's all got to come out. Okay, so this is it empty now. The walls aren't white, they're like a weird green white. It's not a very nice colour. And the front of the bath's just ugly. You can see how disgusting that gets where that shelf unit is. I don't hate the layout of this bathroom, but where the shower's over the bath, A, it runs all over the window, and B, you can be seen when the lights are on, when it's dark outside, because you're so close to the window. I don't like it. So it is a frosted window at least. We're moving the bath to here. At least when you're showering here, you're a bit further away from the window and hopefully can't be seen. So that's the hope anyway. Yeah, got to carry on taking all of this bits up. I might pull up the floor and take off the mirror next. Okay, so I didn't film this last night because it was getting quite late. We have got the whole bathroom out now. There's just, excuse all of the tools that we're using. This was where the bath was originally, so we need to fill these areas with plasterboard. The shower's been fitted. The bath taps are ready to go with valves because everything was on the same system, so everything's now on separate valves. So there's separate valves for the bath and toilet, separate valves for the sink taps as well. So as you can see, we're moving the layout around. So we're hoping sink, toilet and bath, because we already had taps here and here, or pipes I should say. So they're the 2 places we could have the sink or the end of the bath. And the toilet, we've got a Durgo and a source, not a soil stack. So the Durgo needs to obviously stay kind of around about here, otherwise we've got to box it in all the way around the room if we put the toilet there, for example. We've got all the tiles off the wall. You can see that there was 1 set of tiles when there was a bath, and when the shower was added, they added more tiles. So that's going to take a lot of sanding and prepping. And yeah, and the bath's been sort of measured out, and it's just chilling there for the minute. Okay, so it's technically day 3 of the bathroom, but this is what we completed on day 2. I have to be careful climbing around here because we've got the sink unit just on the landing at the minute. We can't use the bathroom anyway. Oops, just knocked some plumbing bits on the floor. I'll get those in a minute. I probably should have started filming once I'd gone past the unit. But anyway, so yeah, this is what we got done yesterday. So the sink is fully now plumbed in and the valves are there ready, so that bit of flooring can go down. Tiles are all completely off. I think I said that already, but I need to scrape all of this adhesive off the wall before I can fill it. I just need to take the tiles off of the windowsill as well. Toilet's fully plumbed in, Durgo's in, all of the source stack, the waste pipes are ready for the sink as well. All the bath is plumbed in. The bath's in situ, it's on its brackets. We filled the gaps with the plasterboard. The shower is wide in, the taps have been attached to the bath, and they're all now connected, so the taps are working. The bath's fully functional except for the plug hole, what I suppose you call it, the waste pipe basically, the bit that goes between the overflow and the bottom. My parents bought a new one for their bath a few months ago, and then about a month later decided they didn't want a bath anymore, ripped it out, and have now installed a shower because my mum's got fibromyalgia. Getting out the bath is difficult for her. So they've given us their overflowing thingy, save us buying one, because it's basically brand new. They only ever showered in it, they never had any baths. So I've just cleaned it up, but it doesn't quite fit the hole. My dad just needs to get a different hole cutter for us so that we can drill a slightly bigger hole there. So yeah, so as I say, tonight the bath will be fully functional. We can actually have a wash, and then the toilet will be in and usable. I'm not sure, 100% sure if we're going to put the sink in ready, because there's so much prep work on the walls to do, but we'll see. And my dad has suggested that we line the walls because they're just in such a bad way. They are only plasterboard, and even once we've scraped this, filled it and sort of sanded it down, it might not have a very good finish. So we are tempted perhaps to use some thick lining paper. And then the other job that needs to be done today, this radiator is coming out because we want a towel rail, but we can't actually buy one that fits these pipes because it would be ridiculously wide. So the pipe needs to be shortened. So before we can lay the floor, which is another today job, I believe, we need to move these pipes. So part of this floor needs to be cut out to move this pipe to then be able to lay the proper floor in ready for the radiator. So it's a lot of work actually doing a bathroom, a lot of work, but I'm really looking forward to seeing how it progresses. And one thing I might do actually today as well is take this door off. It needs a good clean, but it also needs a paint because we will be painting it white. You'll have to excuse the mayhem in our house. Obviously I started painting these walls white when we moved in. Doors even, not walls, so this one will need to be the same. So yeah, so the toilet's a bit snug there, but if we'd put the toilet in this corner, we'd have had to reroute so many pipes and things. It just didn't make sense, and I don't mind it there, to be fair. We just wanted the bath here because the head height of the ceiling here is lower, so when Matt's shower's there where it used to be, it literally was on top of his head and it was just spraying all over the windowsill. So to stop the damage, we have moved it here. So the shower's on this wall where it's a tall ceiling, and we need to disconnect that light as well. We did buy some paint for in here. I wanted it white, Matt refused. He really wanted a colour in here because he thought white would be boring. We bought a colour and look how blue that colour is. His face when he realised how bright it was like, no. So we're not sure if we're going to really water it down, add some white, or just paint it white, because then we've got, I don't know if you know, but if you don't, we've got loads of different coloured towels. We've got yellow ones, purple ones, blue ones, etc. Then you can have any colour towel in here and it really wouldn't matter. Just put a candle maybe or a plant matching your towels, and there you go. Your whole colour scheme has changed, hasn't it? Yeah, and so the only other things we're thinking about is storage. So I'm thinking we've got a mirrored cabinet to go above the sink here, but I'm thinking maybe above the toilet a few floating shelves to put sort of decorative pieces like our bubble baths and things on, but I want to put them into different bottles. So that's a long-term job because I'm not going to buy a load of new ones. We've got loads of bath salt bottles that I'll use for that. But anyway, so that's what we got done in day 2 yesterday. I haven't been filming it overnight just because I've been so knackered, if I'm honest, and because it's dark. So yeah, I'll see you again with another update tomorrow. Okay, so we've actually got so much done in day 3 of our bathroom renovation. The towel rail was actually on, but it's been taken off for the time being because I am going to be needing to prep the walls. So what it is actually fitted. The flooring is down. We've gone for this luxury click and click vinyl from B&Q, which is waterproof. It's about £50 a packet, but we didn't want to scrimp and get something that was going to warp in here. The sink unit is ready. Obviously the sink's not plumbed in yet, but all the valves are ready. But there's no point in plumbing it in because I need to make good these walls. The toilet is in and working. Obviously we just need to attach the seat. It isn't fixed to the wall because again, we need to sort stuff out. There was meant to be a waste pipe coming along down here, which would have needed to be boxed in, but then my dad managed to chase out the wall. So yeah, he's chased out this wall here and managed to put in the waste, so it's coming through and it will come out through the toilet unit, so you won't actually see it, which is really clever. Then the bath is fully functional, which is the most exciting part of our day because we are both desperate to just soak in the bath. The light needs to be disconnected. That will happen on Wednesday. My dad's not here tomorrow. He has work course. Oh, I'm going in and out of focus at the minute. So while he's not here, I'll be doing some decorating, painting the ceiling, prepping the walls, etc. We're going to try and tile on Wednesday. And then that way the shower can go in, the shower screen, etc. Obviously we haven't added any of the panels at the minute. But yeah, that's actually, he's done so much today. And as I say, really happy with this dark grey flooring. The colour's a little bit off just because obviously we've got the spotlights on at the minute because it's dark. But yeah, really happy with this. Really like this overflow as well. Just needs a little bit of a clean. Obviously the whole bath needs a clean. But we're super excited, Matt. You can just see him run in then.
Sorry,
because, no, it's alright. Because we can finally peel this off.
I'll do that wrap.
I haven't even got any of it. So we can actually start peeling the plastic off. We were hoping to keep it wrapped while we decorated, but obviously we need a bath, so or we can't shower yet, but we can bath. Brand new bath under here. So yeah, we're gonna peel this off and then literally clean it and run it straight away because we both really want to just soak in the bath. So that is day 3 of our bathroom renovation. Okay, please excuse the fact I've put a Snapchat filter on. I've got no makeup on and I look horrendous. Technically this is day 4 even of our bathroom renovation. But to be honest, I'm just so overwhelmed by the state of the house because we're doing the kitchen and the bathroom at the exact same time. And because we started this Saturday, so I broke up from school on Friday for half term and we started decorating on Saturday, so I've not even had a chance to do my, I call it my weekend warrior clean of the house. So I'm going to turn the camera around in a second and just kind of show you the state. It's quite embarrassing, but I feel like sometimes on YouTube you don't see just like a real life situation, like the fact that there's random chocolates on the side here next to some dead daffodils, that my blanket is on the back of the couch, that there's an absolute mess, my lunch and everything around me. So I've spent this morning wiring in these 2 new vivs for the geckos and putting some lights in the snakes and then sorting out the cables behind the telly. I was up till quite late last night painting this door and look, there is just mess everywhere. So dust sheets down, our dining table is covered in boxes, the chair is literally just covered in crap, as is the footstool. It's got Matt's goo pot and an apple core on it. It's got the, what are they called? The drawer fronts for the kitchen. And then if I actually walk you through into the kitchen and show you what it looks like in there, it's just as bad. Look, I've got the oven out to paint behind. I have hung the chimney hood at the moment, but again, there's just mess everywhere. There's HelloFresh boxes that haven't been finished. There's a stain on the floor where we're putting up the lino. Oh, it's just so bad. Upstairs is no better. So if we go upstairs and just close this door here, I've got mess here in the games room, so black sacks of stuff that have come out of the bathroom, and I probably should have just turned the camera around, would have been easier to show you. The landing is covered in tools. The radiator, I've got plasterboard hanging out here. I've got pipework and flooring in my bedroom, and then it's not too bad in here, but yeah, obviously I showed you what was done in here yesterday. So I think I'm just going to spend some time today. I'm going to paint behind the oven because that's satin wood and that takes a long time to dry. I'm going to paint the ceiling in here, drop down the lights and things, and then I think I'm not going to do very much in terms of decorating today. I think I literally just need to blast the house and clear as much of this rubbish as I can, put back as much as I can, just to make it feel a little less overwhelming. As I say, it's our fault. Well, it's not our fault, but doing the bathroom and the kitchen at the same time is quite ambitious, and yeah, the house is suffering. So that is what I'm going to spend today doing. Okay, so I have painted behind the oven, and I have painted the ceiling in the bathroom, although the paint we've got is really crap. So I think I'm going to have to buy something different and do that again another day, but obviously I don't have that to hand. But I'm just about to start blitzing this room as much as I can, and just a couple of tips that you probably know already, but I'm going to say something motivational on. So this is somebody decluttering. I keep my bin wherever I am. The bin comes with me, so I'm not constantly trying to take things out to the rubbish. And because we have like rubbish and recycling, I've got a box here for any recycling I found, like a couple of cans. And then I always keep shopping bags with me, because if I find things that don't belong, I don't take them back, especially if they're upstairs. I collect them together. So I found a couple of pairs of my boots, so I put them in a bag together, so at some point when I need to go upstairs for something, I'll take that bag, empty it, and then bring it back down again. Same as I found these little beard products, which I don't remember us ever having. I think when Matt picked something up from his parents recently, they must have given that to him from their bathroom. That's the only thing I can think, but they were in the kitchen randomly. So obviously they don't belong, but rather than going upstairs and faffing with them, they've just gone in a bag. And I also do a rule where I never leave a room empty-handed. So for example, I just had to take some things back into the kitchen, and while I was in there, I picked up anything in the kitchen that should have been in this room. So every time I'm leaving a room, even if I'm going to the toilet, I'll grab a few things that I can put back on the way. And then you do find that you get through it a lot quicker. So for example, there's a little list pad that goes on our fridge, and I'll probably keep the flash spray, I'll probably use that. So when I take that eventually to the kitchen, I won't just take that one thing. I'll look around and think, right, what else can I take while I go? And then it just makes the process a bit better. So if I just pan you around, you saw earlier the horror that is my front room. And this is where I'm primarily going to focus my attention, just because this is obviously where we're spending most of our time. And I just really don't like the look of it, to be honest. All this cardboard is literal rubbish. But because it's raining at the moment, I don't want to just put it outside. So it's not hurting anyone stacked up there. That still needs another coat, so it can't go anywhere just yet. But I am tempted to just leave all the cardboard up here and any other cardboard bits put with them, just so that it's out of my way, but not getting soaked, because we... I don't know about where you live, but we can only go to the tip on certain days based on the car registrations that we have. So that's really annoying, and I can't shift all of this on my own. Matt's at jury service all week, so the next day that we can go to the tip is Saturday, and today is Tuesday. So yeah, I don't really want that getting all soggy outside to then put in our cars. Yeah, so anyway, I really need to stop talking about tidying and get tidying. I'm not going to film it because I believe this is I'm going to be showing this within my bathroom renovation video, and that's not what you're here for, watching me clean. But I just wanted to show you the reality of house renovations and an obsession with Amazon Prime. Just saying. Right, I'll speak to you in a bit. Bye-bye. Just a quick life hack. If you're going to be using oil-based paint and you don't have any paint tray liners, then literally just put the paint tray in a sandwich bag, which I now can't do one-handed, and then literally you slide it out, and all that paint that you can't clean is in there, and my paint tray is clean. Love it. They're just IKEA bags. Little life hack for you. Okay, so this room ended up taking me about an hour to kind of reset. I did end up sort of just getting changed into tracksuit bottom and a t-shirt just to be comfortable. Oh, my hair's all coming out. Oh no. But yeah, so if I just tilt you around, the chair is clear. The sofa is clear, so that makes me really, really happy. I'm going to turn you around and just show you the rest. So as I said, the chair and sofa are now completely clear. The little units are completely clear as well. And then I did mention about here, obviously I've got some rubbish to throw away. That's a bag to be sorted upstairs. That's still just bags, and that's a bag to be sorted upstairs. So obviously they'll go up in a minute. I've got some bits that need to go in the car. I've got some Amazon things to take back and some school stuff that needs to go in the boot, but I've got some stuff to take back to B&Q first. Now, it doesn't bother me that there's a lot still out. So the DIY stuff is here. Obviously, I'm still painting at that door. And if you're wondering why there's a chair, I get Matt to sit on the chair when I lean the door this way so I can paint the other side and not have to hold it. So that's a nice little trick. And then on here, we've still got a load of bathroom stuff. And that's fine. I don't mind that it's all out here. It was just this area. This is where I want to relax of an evening, and that needed to be clear. Okay, so day 5, although technically only the 4th day we've actually done anything on the bathroom, because yesterday I didn't do very much. Sink cabinet is now attached to the wall and tiled above. The toilet has been siliconed, so tomorrow I'll add the seat and the top. The bath, there was a leak, so that just needs to be fixed. But the bath has now been tiled. Loving these tiles. They look a bit messy at the minute because they haven't been grouted or cleaned, but really, really like these tiles. They're from B&Q. Had to go back to B&Q twice actually because the trim was not wide enough, so I had to go and change the trim. And then we ran out of tiles just before the end, so I had to go and get some more. And because I bought a whole new pack, that's why we ended up tiling behind the sink. So the sink will be fitted tomorrow. The cabinet's going to be hung and then taken back off the wall. I need to take off the tiles off of the windowsill, actually that's a job for tomorrow, and scraping off as much of this as possible. I've just spent ages cleaning the floor because obviously where we've been using the tile adhesive, we had sheets down, but it's quite a messy job, isn't it? And then the other job, I did paint the ceiling yesterday, but we bought this paint from B&M before we moved out. It was £10 for 10 litres, and it's done all the other ceilings in our house fine, but not this one. It was really patchy, and this was a really stained ceiling, if I'm honest, so it just didn't cover. And because we now want to paint the walls white, I I wanted a better one, so I bought this one here. I have to just move my trainers because they're filthy. It's called the Perfect White by Valspar. So we're gonna bought that. So I've just done the ceiling again, and this section of ceiling as well, which Matt's just helped me roller. I cut in and he rolls. So the lights will get changed tomorrow. So yeah, it doesn't seem like a lot has been done because obviously that took most of the day, cutting all the tiles to size, to shape, etc. So yeah, so really happy with that. And I've just spent ages, just fell over those trainers I moved. Spent ages on my hands and knees literally scrubbing this floor now to make sure there was no paint or tile adhesive. There's a couple of specks of dust that I'm walking in, not actual paint or anything. So yeah, so tomorrow is going to be the bulk of getting everything fully plumbed in and sorted, the panels on, etc. And then the only jobs after that will be literally decorating. So the bathroom itself will be fitted and fully functional, but then it's kind of the aesthetic decorating, which is going to take a while. Yeah, happy with that so far. Okay, so what's this? Day 6, technically, although it's the 5th day in here, but it's day 6, and I'm treating myself to a Dr. Pepper for all my hard work. What have we done today? So it doesn't sound like a lot again, but there was a leak under the bath that's been fixed. There's a couple of bits of skirting that have been cut ready to be pieced in. Just got that one piece left to do. Toilet's completely fully functional and all put together. This is now put together. The sink just needs to be silicone tomorrow. It was just because I was grouting that it isn't. Cabinets hung, but that will come off the wall when we decorate. All of the tiles are now grouted. Yeah, so as I say, and one major job that's taken me ages today is scraping off as much of the old tile adhesive off of the walls. There's just a little patch there that I've missed and there that I couldn't quite get to. But all around here, all around the toilet, that is actually, and you can see how much of the paint is actually pulled off. Yeah, that took quite some time. So, and then we've had to paint the ceiling again in patches, because it didn't look brilliant in certain areas, and that little trim above the tiles needed a second coat. And then I've just spent another sort of 20 minutes on my hands and knees scrubbing the floor from all sort of the dust and whatnot. Yeah, so that is day 6 of the bathroom, and as you can see, I'm running myself a nice bubble bath. The plan tomorrow is hopefully to finish at least the fitting. It won't be decorated tomorrow, but the plan tomorrow, if I just go anti-clockwise around the room, the bath will be siliconed first thing. The bath panels have actually been fitted today. They're actually just chilling out here in our hallway, but they've come off just so that we could tile and clean the floor and whatnot. So the panels will then be siliconed on once the bath is siliconed on. The toilet needs to be re-siliconed. The sink will be siliconed, as will the tiles underneath there, and the lights are going to be fitted. And then that is pretty much everything in here finished. And that bit of skirting will be cut. And then the only things left to do will be decorative. So we have got a lot to do in terms of filling the walls, papering the walls, etc. And I've taken the tiles off of here today. Well, Matt actually helped me because I was struggling, and it has left an absolute mess behind. So I think the plan is to cut a bit of MDF and kind of make a windowsill to go on top. So I'm not sure if that needs to come off or whether the wood can just go over the top. I'm not 100% sure. So I need to look into that. But yeah, loving how it's coming together. Okay, day 7 in the bathroom renovation, and we're going to take a break now to do the decorating. So everything's now been siliconed. We're using the bath, although we found that there's a slight leak, so we need to fix that. Oh, I've got myself. Toilet sorted, bless you, Matt. We've added this little loo roll holder to the side of the sink unit because we didn't want it on the wall. And then I've just got my little toilet roll holdery thing from TK Maxx, just waiting on the bin to come. I've just shoved the old bin in here for now. We've added a little towel roll, a little hand towel holder here. These we actually got from B&Q in the clearance. They were £1 each. I need to fix all the windowsill. And yeah, we're just using the bathroom at the minute, so we've got some sort of toiletries in there. And then around the bath, I've made a little DIY shampoo, conditioner and body wash using some hand soap bottles. And yeah, what we're going to do now is just reattach the door so that we can use the bathroom privately. And then we'll take it back off again when we come to fill in. And obviously I've got to paint all of this white, but I'm not doing that this weekend. So yeah, so that is up to day 7. And I think that's the last point that I'm going to show you this bathroom now. until we actually finish it off. So yeah, so that's it before.